So Maria's going to start here in her starting position, laying on her back with her knees bent, feet flat on the ground, hip width apart, toes pointed straight ahead. So that way her hips, knees, and ankles line up in a straight line. She's going to start from the top of her T-spine, which is at across the top of your shoulders. She's going to hold her head with her hands, kind of cradling her neck so the front of the neck muscles aren't straining through this movement. And we're going to isolate the thoracic region. So what we want to do is push down on the lower back, flattening it into the ground. So you're pulling up on that core and closing the rib cage down. Okay, so we take out the lower back. We're going to bring the elbows together, and she's going to arch her back over the foam roller, feeling that stretch through the T-spine, right where the foam roller is, not letting the lower back come up away from the floor at all. So she should be feeling that stretch and the pressure and the tension right where the foam roller is as she lays back. So it's almost like you are trying to flatten the foam roller and not necessarily arc over it like a rainbow, so to say. After holding that for 5 to 8 breaths, she's going to curl herself back up, and then she's going to shift the foam roller down a segment, so just about an inch. It doesn't have to be too far. So just to the next vertebral joint, and repeat that whole process. She's going to make sure she stays nice and flat through here, nice flat back, as she rounds over the foam roller from up here. Again, holding for 5 to 8 breaths till you feel a nice relax in that joint segment right where the foam roller is. And then she's going to curl up again. And she's just going to work her way down her thoracic region. So the farther down you go, typically the tighter things are. So you can see here at this foam roller, very, very slightly, kind of shifted underneath of her. That is a cheat. That means her lower back, she doesn't have that range of motion in her thoracic region. So her lower back is trying to compensate for that. So you want to, again, try to keep this nice and tight, force the lower back to the floor, and go straight down. If you feel that foam roller roll shift underneath you, try to just keep that lower back nice and tight, or the core nice and tight, I'm sorry, and the lower back flat. And go ahead and curl on up. You should find about 6 to 8 different segments in your thoracic spine to stretch. We're going to jump down to the very bottom of the rib cage. Go ahead, Mia. And you don't want to go into the lower back at all. That you already have a curve through there, so we don't need to increase that at all. So I just want you to go down to the very last rib. You just find that last rib and follow it around, and that's where you put the foam roller for the bottom part of the thoracic region. So between the tops of your shoulders and the bottom of the rib cage, you should find 6 to 8 different segments to stretch, holding each for 5 to 8 breaths.